Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. Appreciate you joining the show. By the way, don't forget to like the Yaffee Facebook page. Follow me on X at Yaffee, Instagram at Yaffee Live. It is my real last name. I still get people at the event. People walked up to me. Now, I give them credit. They got the name right. A lot of them knew it was Yaffee and not Yappy. And they knew how to spell it because I spell it all the time. But then they would ask me, where did you come up with that name? And I keep thinking, who would come up with the name Yaffee? It is my real name. It's my last name. What do you mean?
Just tell them it came to you in a dream or something.
Who would make that up? I could not make up a name like that in a million years. Why would I do that? Anyway, but yeah, there you go. Don't forget, you can like the Yaffee Facebook page or other social media as well. By the way, we end the show every day like this. We have the Yaffee program Rewind. This is the time of the show where I remind you, if you missed any of the show live, the podcast is up. I think a lot of it's already up on the website right now. So go to WVNN.com or anywhere you subscribe or get your podcasts. Make sure to subscribe to mine. And by the way, the Rewind is brought to you by Jay's Appliance Outlet. If you need a new refrigerator, maybe a new washer or dryer, it could be annoying. You're like having to dry your clothes on a clothesline or something. I mean, what is this, 1950? No. You need a dryer. Go to Jay's Appliance Outlet because you'll get it for a great price. I know some of you are worried about spending too much money. That's why Jay's is there. You'll get it for an amazing deal. They have scratch and dent deals as well. So they're located off 72 in Athens, and you can call them right now. Dial pound 250. Say the keywords Jay's Appliance Outlet. They're family-owned and operated. And did I mention the great prices? Go today. When you do, let them know Yaffee sent you. So at the beginning of the show today, we talked about the Supreme Court weighed in again. They're allowing Alabama to go back to their 2023 map. So for those that don't know, that means it's a 6-1 Republican-favored map. That's what Alabama drew. You have Terry Sewell, the lone Democrat, but originally you had Jerry Carl in one district and Barry Moore in another district. Well, they finagled it so Shamari Figurs, a Democrat, was able to win district. Then Barry Moore had to run against Jerry Carl. He ended up winning. Now, Jerry Carl was running for that seat against Rhett Marks, but now that changes everything. Now, this is the right decision because racial gerrymandering, by definition, is discriminating based on race, and that needed to end. Now, Steve Marshall weighed in on this. He's the Attorney General of the state. As you know, he's also running for the U.S. Senate. Declared victory on this. So go ahead and play the Steve Marshall cut for me, Bugsy.
For years, federal courts have forced Alabama to draw its congressional and legislative maps around race, ordering the state to create majority-minority districts under the Voting Rights Act. We have fought for years against courts forcing Alabama to sort its citizens by race, and we were right to fight. On April 29th, the United States Supreme Court issued a landmark ruling in Louisiana versus Calais. The court confirmed what we have been arguing for years. States cannot be forced to gerrymander by race. Challengers to a state's map must now prove that race, not partisan politics, actually drove the state's decisions. That is a watershed moment for Alabama, but we didn't celebrate. Instead, we went to work. The very next day, April 30th, we went straight to the United States Supreme Court with emergency motions in 3 separate cases. We asked the court to lift the injunctions blocking Alabama from using the map our legislature lawfully enacted. On May 4th, we filed an emergency motion with the 11th Circuit to lift the injunctions on our state Senate map, asking for a ruling before our May 19th primary. On May 5th, we went back to the district court itself and asked it to stay its own orders on the congressional map while the appeals proceeded. On May 7th, we filed a reply brief in the 11th Circuit dismantling every argument the NAACP raised, argument by argument, and making clear their legal theories wrong. And on May 9th, we went back to the Supreme Court with emergency applications, asking the court to immediately block the race-based court-drawn congressional map before May 19th. This afternoon, they did just that. Let's be clear about what happened here. Alabama originally drew its maps around geography and communities, the Gulf Coast, the Black Belt, the Wiregrass, and a federal court punished us for it. Today, the Supreme Court vindicated the state's long-held position. Now, the power to draw Alabama's maps goes back to the people's elected representatives. That's our legislature. For too long, unelected federal judges have had more say over Alabama's elections than Alabama's voters. That ended today. My job in this office was to put the legislature in the best possible legal position to draw a congressional map that favors Republicans 7-0. My office has never taken the charge of our state motto lightly. We dare defend our rights. Stay tuned.
All right, there you go. So we'll see if they end up doing that in another session to draw it 7-0. So we talked about that at the beginning of the show. I had more details on the ruling in the Alabama bullet points. The podcast of that is up. Then we did talk about the latest in Iran as well. Bugsy, play Trump cut 1 for me.
I would call it the weakest right now. After reading that piece of garbage they sent us, I didn't even finish reading it. They said, I'm not going to waste my time reading it. I would say it's one of the weakest right now. It's on life support. They understand these are all medical people. Dr. Oz, life support is not a good thing. Do you agree? You have the moderates and you have the lunatics. And I think the moderates are more respected. The lunatics want to fight till the end. You know, it'll be a very quick fight.
So we talked about that earlier. The podcast of those segments are up. We had a good conversation with Andrew Harding on that issue. We had What's Trending with Bugsy. So if you missed any of the show, the podcast, you know where to get it. Thanks to Bugsy for producing today. Thanks to you for listening. The Vince Show is coming up next, and I will be back tomorrow. Same time. See you then.
It's the Yaffee Program on WVNN.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Listen, it is not too late to stop this. Do not do this. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's damn near perfect. It's beautiful as it is. Stop trying to fix what ain't broke. And stop telling me that the tournament isn't the tournament unless the 15th place team in the SEC gets in. Stop jerking with the best event in all of sports, you pigs.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform. Jim Rome takes on sports
Why? Because I have a job to do.
with rapid fire takes,
So I don't want to hear from you lava pigs on this notion today. No idea what you're talking about. You're complaining more than you like to breathe air. It's like you get up in the morning only to complain and cry and moan on social media about things that you don't even understand.
he's the spitfire of sports smack.
Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You've been warned.